What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on today's adventure. We're at the Lucky Strike Gold Mine and Miners Diner. If you guys are trying to see some more gem mining adventures and see some American gem mines all over the country, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and maybe leave a comment to let me know what you think of this video. I'm gonna show you a couple of different locations on the property, and then we're gonna see if we can find some gold. So that's the Miners Diner. Definitely get the cheeseburger. I had the bacon cheeseburger, it's delicious. Over there you got these troughs, and I'll show you that in more detail later. And right behind that is their gem store, which right now is not open, so I can't really go inside, but that's okay. They'll open it if you want to see it. Let's see the next spot. All right, so we came from over there. I'm going to show you kind of a panoramic tour, okay? That is a clubhouse up there for their local gem club. That is a water wheel that can produce power for a couple days at most before it runs out of water, but it's gorgeous and functional. Super cool place to be. The bathrooms are back there and got showers and everything. There's the rental cabin if you want to rent a cabin. Over here they have some larger gold machines that they use for their club, and you know, it separates the aggregates out. Over there is the high banking area. That is a high banker, you can't hardly see it, but that's where they, you know, do the high banking. The water comes into the little troughs and they give you a big scoop of dirt and you put it in there. There's the pond. Over here is the rural camping areas. If you like just camping in a tent, this is the spot for you over here. Over here we've got the creek, which has this beautiful bridge on it. This is one of the entrances. Across the road there is a really nice park that they've worked on. From the Lucky Strike, they kind of built the park and made it look really nice. Also over there are historic gold mine entrances and stamp mills, which Lucky Strike is working on. I think that's another club over there, the North Carolina Gold Association or something like that. I'll try and get the name for it. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. And then the beautiful creek here, that there's 33 veins upriver within a mile of gold. So there's gold in here. It's been pretty well dredged at this point, so it's not like it's virgin ground or anything, but you know, maybe you'll find some if you look around hard. And I'm sure there's parts of this stream that just are fantastic and filled with gold. But yeah, that's pretty much where the stuff is coming from, and when they run a lot of material, they still find a lot of gold. Let's go see the next spot. So there's a nice park over there that they built. There's a nice bridge and sandbox. There's some really nice benches here. And then this is the placard for the North Carolina Gold Foundation at Vane Mountain. You can see that they'll talk all about the Vane Mountain Mining Company, the Golden Subsidy, and the Spruce Mine. To the left, you'll see the Nichols Mine Shaft, and to the right, you'll find the stamp mill. Okay, so you got your gold mine over there. I'm camping over here. That's where the small campers come in. There's small spots right there on the river. Really gorgeous. This is where other people can come. There's quite a few RV spaces here. There's plenty of space. And then I'm gonna take you around, and you can see they also run a construction company here. That's a construction company, and they build lots of nice things. Pretty cool. This is a house that's on the property. There's a couple houses on the property, some people that live here, some people that rent here and stuff. Then I'm gonna bring you over and show you that. All right, so when you set up your high banker and they bring you a big scoop of dirt, this is where it's coming from. It's called the drag liner. Pretty freaking awesome machine. Look at this thing, super old school. Apparently the secret ingredient is cured pine sap just to make the thing run. I don't know how that works, but whatever. This is the awesome bucket, and drop this bucket down into the creek over here, and they dig a big old hole. And that's I guess where one of the main veins is or something. So they get a good amount out of here, and then they put it here, and then it goes over to the high bankers. All right, guys, I got the $50 nugget bag, and we're gonna see what's in that. Okay, it's starting to rain and thunderstorm here, but even with the lack of light, you can still see how much gold is in this pan. Yeah. As far as the other pans I've done, there has not been this much. Just been kind of playing with different kinds of material, but if you buy the stuff here, it's gonna be the best dirt you're gonna get. That is some good gold in there. Second pan, also not disappointing. Lots of gold, some nice pretty red garnets.
You see garnets in there?
Yeah, right there and right there. Some pretty red garnet.
You got better eyes than I do, bro.
All right, third pan. One of those flecks is pyrite, but there's at least 3 flecks in there. There's another couple of flecks there, so not as good as the first 2 pans, but maybe that was operator error, who knows. All right, it's nice and dark and rainy out, but you can still see just a few tiny itty bitty flecks of gold. That was a pretty poor pan. I feel like they had put all the gold in the top now. I don't know, maybe I'll find a better spot in the bag. It looks like pyrite to me, but what do I know? Maybe it's gold. Found a couple pieces of pyrite so far. It's kind of irritating when you're thinking it's gold and then it's pyrite, but who knows on that one? Hard to say. Just going through the pan, I found this greenish yellow rock. Kind of cool. Wonder what that could be. Maybe it's just quartz with some algae on it, but maybe it's like olivine or something cool. Okay. While North Carolina does have amethyst, I'm gonna have to ask, because they say it does occur here, but did that come from the salted pile and end up in this bag, or is that from the natural gravel here? That's what I want to know. So I'm gonna ask around and figure that out. But neat looking amethyst. Not a lot of pieces, but that's a bigger fleck than most of the other ones I was finding. There's a couple teensy tiniesies there. So that was a okay pan. So they give you these little sifters here, and you put the dirt through the sifter into your pan. Make sure that you're looking through this stuff. I was about ready to toss it out, and I found that. What? Look at that. That's a nugget. That is a gold nugget. Doesn't even look like pyrite. That's gold. Sweet. That's probably the very best piece of gold I'm going to see all week. So I'm happy to see that. About 2/3 of the way through the bag now. So I'll see if I find some more, but something tells me that's going to weigh more than all the rest of the gold put together. So cool. What do you think, gold or pyrite? I think pyrite. It was right there in the black sand, but pyrite's a heavy too because it's iron. Oh God, I almost lost it, but I'm gonna put it in my bucket before I lose it. Wanted to show you this. That's 2 pieces of pyrite and 1 piece of gold. You can see there's a difference there. When you put them next to each other, there's really no question that the top 2 are pyrite and the bottom one is gold. All right, we're getting close to the bottom. I'm gonna do one more pan, I think. You can see this one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flecks in it, so that's good. All right, super anticlimactic last pan. So I guess they added a nugget in the middle and the dust on the top, and then there's a little bit throughout the rest of it. So I'm gonna kind of concentrate the concentrates and show you what I found. Maddie is not having it. She's ready to go. She's bored with all this gold. There's the big nugget with all the little baby nuggets, all the little flecks. That's what I got for 50 bucks, guys. You tell me, what do you think? You think that nugget and those little flecks are worth 50 bucks? I think it's worth the experience and the time. I had fun. Okay, guys, we're back at Lucky Strike again today. We've got Maddie here. Her new owner's supposed to come pick her up today, so we're all hoping for that. High hopes for there. I got myself a sluice, so we're gonna use this sluice box. I'm gonna try and get some of the gravel out with my sifters that are here, and then put some of that dirt down the sluice box and see if I can't get some concentrates that I can pan out later. The other method that I think is notable here at Lucky Strike is dredging. If you bring your own dredge, you can dredge. And basically what that is they have a long hose there, and they suck up the sand and the gold and whatever else, and it goes through a sluice box on the machine there. So that way you can pull out as much as possible. Also, you notice that guy has a wetsuit, so he can actually dive and look under the water to see the gold. Sometimes they even have heated wetsuits, and their dredges will heat their wetsuits. So that's an interesting thing that you could do here as well. You just have to pay to do it, but it's a reasonable fee. And it only cost me $10 to get that for the whole day. So I think that's probably the best way to get your own gold out of the creek if that's what you want to do here at the Lucky Strike Gold Mine. All right, just so you get an idea of my process, I'm taking some of these rocks here out of this hole here, and then taking that shovel, putting that in there, taking some more rocks out, and then putting it in here slowly, and then washing it off. Obviously, it'd be better if I had a classifier that fit the bucket. They do make those, and that's what most gold miners would use. I just don't have one. So yeah, use that if you have it. It'd be a lot easier. And then I'm gonna take the concentrates from there, the sifted small material, and put it through my sluice box. So that's what I'm up to. They're over there moving rocks and making sure all their machines work and stuff, and then they're gonna start getting real loud and sucking all that stuff up and putting it in their box. All right, so I don't want to bore you with the me gathering sand, okay? So I got about half a bucket of sand and I've been putting it through the sluice box now. The way this thing works is I'll take a little shovel full. It's usually with my right hand because I'm not good with my right, apparently. And then I put some in there and it just goes that way. And the black sand and the gold and the heavies get caught in the gold matting or on the ribs. And then the lightweight material continues to flow off. So the little quartz rocks and the silt and sand and everything that's not gold hopefully flows off that way. And then I can take off the green ribs, pull out the gold mat, and get all the black sand and heavies and concentrates into another bucket that I can take later to put through my my gold pan and do some panning to see if I actually found anything in the spot or not. So it's kind of a long, tedious process, but you get the idea. Look at this nice gemmy red garnet. I was scooping my concentrates into the thing, and there it was. Garnets are heavy, so they're going to be in your concentrates. There's a ton of them broken up into the black sand as well. Okay, after all that whole half bucket, I got two tiny flecks that you can just barely see. Right there and right there. So yeah, I kept my black sand. I'm gonna go run it through a bigger pan to see if I can't find some more. But yeah, for hours of work and two tiny specks, yeah, maybe I did something wrong for sure. Definitely could have been. Could have had that at the wrong angle. Could have had too much water, too little water. Could have added too much material at once. Could have just dug in a really crappy place. What do you guys think, huh? What am I doing wrong? What should I do? What advice would you give to someone who's going to go gold mining? Leave that in the comments. Hey guys, the other notable method here at the Lucky Strike mine is high banking. You can buy yourself some dirt like this. They bring you a big load of it, and they give you this here machine, and you just pay for that, and you do that. And then you got this nice sluice box attached where it catches all the black sand and gold, and then we'll pan out those concentrates later and see what we find. All right. Okay, so I figured no one wanted to watch me shovel a ton of dirt into the high banker, so I just went ahead and did it. And I cleaned it out twice, and I got about that much dirt. I'd say that's about 1 full gallon-ish of dirt. And I'm gonna go through that with a pan here in the sluice and see if I can't find some gold. Okay, so this is either a garnet or a spinel, we think. But I was just cleaning out the pebbles from my pan, and there was heavies, and that must have been pretty heavy because it got stuck in all my concentrates. And when light passes through it, it's got a really pretty red color. So I'm stoked to have just found a sweet gemstone while gold mining. Sick. Look at those faces. What do you guys think? We're gonna hit it with a black light to make sure it's not gonna run them too. My very first pan out of the high banker load has a lot of gold in it. Look at all that gold. Good gold. And we're gonna do a whole bunch more of that, and then I'll show you what I got out of the high banker altogether, so you don't have to see every pan. Okay, so no one wants to watch me pan all this, but this is what I came up with, guys. Literally after a whole ton, look, gold floats, by the way. That's floating gold. It's got a bubble on it. So be real careful when you get to the end there. Your gold could float away. There's the one tiny almost picker, and there's some good gold dust. Is this $40 worth of gold? I have no idea. What do you guys think? When I put my finger next to it, you'll see it's little itty bitty gold. And then really tiny micro gold. So I'm gonna suck all that up and put it in a little jar, I guess. What do you guys think for the high banker load? All right, guys, so what's a gold video without a way out? Here's what I got for the week. There's my nugget. There's my powder. I just got pretty much all the black sand out of it. There might be a couple teensy tiny grains in there, but I think I did a pretty good job for my first time. And well, let's see what it weighs. All right, let's do this weigh out. We've got this tiny glass jar here, weighs 3.78 grams. I'm just gonna tear that out so that it's at 0. And first, let's start with this nugget. Any guesses? 0.49. Pretty much exactly half a gram. That's pretty cool. Now here's all the dust. Half gram's pretty good, wow. I wonder how much this dust is gonna be. Think it'll bring us to a full gram? Oh, numbers are moving. We're pouring gold in the jar. Yeah, get all these little extra little flakes. Make sure we get all of it. So this is everything from the high banker load. This is everything from the $50 nugget bag. I got a few tiny flecks from the cave that I went in, and a couple tiny flecks. Probably don't do it this way. This is not the professional way to do it. And a couple tiny flecks here and there. Just panning different stuff. Oh gosh, I made a mess, you guys. I made a mess. Fire me now. But guess what, guys? We're over 1 gram of gold. Check it out. 1.04, all teared out. We got a gram. Woo! A whole gram of gold. Yay! All right, you guys, so that was the Lucky Strike gold mine. Special thanks to everyone at the Lucky Strike who showed me around and gave me all the tutorials and the history of the area. It was so much fun. The place has been in operation since '91 as a gold mine, so it's pretty historic. You know, it's older than I am, so it's historic enough for me. And then there's even older stuff right there across the stream, those gold mines and old shafts over there. So yeah, go out and check it out. Bring the kids. They sell gem buckets, so the kids will be all excited with the gem buckets while you sift your gold, or while you try and pan your gold out and try and extract that. There's a lot more mines in the area as well. I've got some videos of those, so check that out. And then also the cidery and orchard in Little Switzerland has got the best cider in the country, so check that out while you're out there. Make sure you get your Miner's Diner bacon cheeseburgers, and you know, while you're out there on your adventures and buying rocks, buy American gold, buy American gems, support your American rockhounds and miners, and just live your dreams, guys. Whatever it is that you do all day, just think of your dreams and see what you can do to work on those. Not everyone's going to get everywhere, but if you actually work towards your dream, things will definitely happen. And that's what I want to tell you guys today. Take every opportunity, follow all your dreams, and buy ethical minerals whenever possible. And that's the message. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Next week's video is Ray Mine.